everybody, this is Sabin Dimitrov, aka Adins for the Astral Wolf, coming to you with another fun little video. I wanted to show you guys how having a attack commander than a defense commander can really cover all the bases. And then, just having like a little backup commander. So you see, right now, we are going against a small fella, so we're going to just blow him up in one shot. But I want to show you guys something interesting here. So this one right here is a absolutely massive commander. I think she's about the same size as my Vega, and unfortunately she's doing a lot of extra damage against my Vega, because I think her stuff is just, yep, you see, better. Now, as you guys can see, my Rogers is like 1/3 her size. But one of the things that goes for my Rogers is his phenomenal ability to really just take damage. So he has like 168 right now. Sorry, I mean 268 soldiers. And as you guys can see, she's doing everything in her power to just really wall up my commander. But as you guys can see, it's not working for her. And as long as your Rogers is able to, get to 99%, well, 90%, defense, absolute, what do you call it? I'm trying to think, guys. As long as he's able to activate his defensive stance, he's set. And on top of that, he has absolute defense, which increases his ship's defense by 6,500. So, as you guys can see, he is just decimating her, slowly chewing her away. Much like a wolf to a bear. You see, she is doing everything in her power to continue to do damage to Rogers. But Rogers has an ability which allows him to counter, which is Light of Libra. So every time she lands a hit on a ship that has Light of Libra set onto my commander, my ship will automatically retaliate. If I remember right. It's kind of difficult, but as you guys can see, she hasn't done any bits of damage at all to my commander, and because of that, Rogers is a Titan that can just take massive hits. And even now, he's getting hit by some of the strongest soldiers in the game. And as you guys can see, he ain't doing nothing. These guys have multiple millions worth of health points. That's one of the things about Origins that just makes them such an amazing commander. I mean, such an amazing soldier type. And their ability for Terra Space makes it so that even if their main attack doesn't do any damage, the Terra Space does. It cuts through most of the stuff that is what you call it, their defensive stuff. So because my Rogers has a primarily just abhorrently, like, it's not abhorrently, sorry, that's the wrong word, just this absolutely massive scale of health points, even if his soldiers get hit multiple times, it's going to take a solid amount of damage to actually get through their health points, because Origins have a much higher health point to attack ratio, if I remember right. I think Mirages in particular have the highest health points but very low attack, while the what do you call it? Let's see. I'm trying to remember. So the Ether de Jin, as you guys can see, their health points are much higher. Oh wait, no, I think I remember right. Mirages are defense and critical? It's been a while since I've studied it, but we're going to study these two. We'll just study the Origin. As you guys can see, the Terra Space is after hitting the current target, inflicts additional damage on the target equal to 20% of the initiator's current health points. So as you guys can see, with all of these health points, that's like, 250k, 230k. And then on top of that, you have this one right here, which increases all that by 160%. And then, of course, you have all this on Rogers, which increases all of that by 1,105.3%. Then you have the critical weather, you have the defense, which is 600%, you have dodge, which is 150%, you have total damage reduction, which is 30%, you have total soldier tier suppression, so even if a bullet tries to hit Rogers, it will make it harder for him to get hurt. And skill of Live Libra, it's 20% chance to trigger before next action until the activator's next action. Counter all attacks which will hit, and damage is normal attack damage 100%. Then we have the Scorpio, which is health points right here, which already just beefs up Rogers even more. So you receive skill power of Scorpio from the set. So 20% chance to trigger before next action. Then attack will hit and basic damage will increase by 60%. So that'll even increase more damage to the Origins. And I'm trying to actually get Light of Gemini, because the more times Rogers can hit, the more times he's going to be able to do just massive damage to the enemy. And this one's going to increase his attack and kind of give him a little bit of more of a fighting chance. Because right now, Rogers does more just by taking hits. So he does a great job at taking hits, but we also want to help him be more offensive, especially since he has, the terror space going for him. So even though his attack, just in general, is not very good, as you guys can see, it's only 346.9%. If he actually lands a solid hit, he's going to do a crazy amount of damage because of the insane amount of health points the Origins have. And as you guys can see, the absolute defense increases all of his ships by 6,000 and the final defense. And that is amazing, because no matter how many times the enemy tries to get rid of jewel sets or get rid of commander's abilities, this one is always passive. So no matter how many times the enemy tries to strip you of your abilities, this one's always on, because it's a passive skill. And that is phenomenal. And like it is, well, it's 75% triggered before actions. That's actually really good, considering. Well, it's 80%. Okay. Weird. So these are actually different depending on the commander. 60. Okay. But yeah, so as you guys can see, the defensive stance has 80% chance to trigger before next action. Until the activator's next attack, damage on all our troops will be reduced by 30%. Can be overlaid. Which means 3 times in the first 3 rounds, and first 3 moves, if he gets defensive stance on those 3 first moves, he's already negating 90% of your damage. And because Rogers has damage reduction, 30%, that's going to do even more protection for him. And then on top of that, we have the Tyrant Cometh. And that is going to be the 20% chance to trigger before next action. The activator skips this attack, and the next attack will hit and be a critical, and the attack will increase by 240%. And that is phenomenal, because that means that's going to help boost the attack of the Origins. And like it is, that's why I'm trying to get Light of Gemini, because Light of Gemini is it's a nice little thing to have on there. Where is it? Yeah, all common and extra attack will hit. So like it is, we want Roger. Ooh, what's going on? Okay, that was weird. I hit the wrong button. But yeah, as you guys can see, that allows Rogers a very strong defensive stance. Like, he can really be a He can really be just a solid brick wall. And I've fought multiple battles in the Galactic campaign, and there is something I usually like to do. But I want to show you guys first the AI one. And AI one is really, really nice. Because this bad boy, all allied troops in the first row gain a shield, which can absorb damage equal to 18.5 of the target's max HP for one round. So meaning every 6 moves, which equals 1 round, Rogers is going to have a just unimaginably sized shield protecting his soldiers. So even if he doesn't, even if his defensive stance gets stripped from him, he's going to have that massive shield also defending him. And that is a very beautiful thing. Now, I'm trying to remember exactly what the Ether Djinn has. Yeah, that's going to be more. That's going to be better for Rogers. No, better for Vega, because that's not going to work. But I want to show you guys a thing, a saved report I have of Rogers actually really landing a solid hit. That's a decent one, but I want something better. This is a good one. Let's try this one. So as you guys can see, this person has quite a substantial amount of Gaias. So she's, trying to land a lot of hits on me, and unfortunately we're not going to accept that. So she is taking taking a couple of my soldiers out. But this was all the soldiers I could really have at the time, because all my other ones were still healing. In the Galactic campaign, as long as you have speed ups, you can get yourself back into action as quickly as possible. But I've noticed I've been chewing through these things really quick. But as you guys can see, her damage is now being, negated. She can't do anything. And on top of that, I also have the strong shield. And because the strong shield doesn't have to do any work because of my defensive stance, we are just kind of overlapping everything. Now I don't know if the shield itself overlaps or like overlays, but if it does, that means we're just going to be even more annoying to deal with. But yeah, this was a fantastic run for me on this fight, because we really just put Wagner what's the term, on the rocks? No, there's a term, I don't know. Anyway, we just kind of give him a good old fashioned what for. Oh, I wanted to also show you guys a really cool. Oh yeah, here we are. This is fun. Watch what happens when you have shockwave on. Oh, never mind. Let's try another one. Where is it? Where's a good one? Let's see. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to pull something cool up. As I agreed. Here we are. This is a good one. Watch this. Oh, go away. There we go. So, this is a smaller commander. So he's, hitting my stuff. But, unfortunately, because these are lower tier soldiers, so these are tier 2s, they don't really do much to, having the extra damage. But, as you guys can see, when Rogers hits him, that's most of the people that we were going against. We were going against a lot of, really big people. Just really, really big people. Maybe this is one I was thinking of. This is a bigger commander. Ouch, that one actually kind of hurt. But as you guys can see, I was able to hold the line. Because all Rogers has to do is just survive a couple rounds. And once his stuff kicks in. Now, his abilities work better with the higher tier soldiers. So the smaller soldiers kind of get more wrecked. But, yeah, As you guys can see, I am actually holding the line. So despite him, actually landing some solid hits, eventually the defensive stance actually kicks in. Now, what's another good one? What's another good one? Oh, the I agreed one's pretty good. Maybe it's this. Is that it? There we go. See? That is why Terra Space and Health Point related builds are often the best with Origins, because Origins have a nice kind of balanced way to go about things. Let's see, what's in the other one? Seagull. Yeah, that's a lot of Rangers. Wow, 300, 300. That's funny. Hmm. Let's see. Is there any more really good ones, or is that it? Any more really good ones? It's been a... Oh, is it 420s? Oh, wow, so we actually moved back on that one. Yeah, unfortunately, guys, this is just kind of all that I have. But I just kind of wanted to show you guys, some of the cool stuff that, my Rogers could do. If you actually build your stuff right, you can really just, lay down the law on the enemy. Let's try this one and see. Let's try this replay and see what they have. Well, okay. Vega's probably going to just erase everything off the board, but you know what? That's fine. This guy has a big commander. Shockwave? Oh, come on, Vega. You had to miss that? Come on, hit him with the shockwave, dude. Come on. There we go. Shockwave. Boom. Boom. Knocked him down 100 soldiers each. Nice for the front row. But yeah, if you are able to land a solid, I really hate Elf. She's a great commander, but man, having to go against her is annoying. So as you guys can see, she really is putting up a fight. But like it is, my Vega. Ooh, wow, she did a lot of damage to my Ether Djinns. Wow, she really cut down my. Oh, yeah, she really cut down my soldiers. That's kind of unfortunate, but as you guys can see, Vega can still hold his own. There goes Shockwave. Boom, boom. Like it is, Vega is kind of better. You can run a defensive Vega, but Vega is kind of better for the one slot busts. And like I said, because I like to do what you call it, shockwave runs. The shockwave, even if my Vega gets defeated, will deal lots of extra damage, and that's kind of one of the things that's really good for my Vega. Shockwave, boom. See? So even though this is quite a about a moderately sized commander, when my Vega, lands a solid hit with the Ether Djinns, which are essential for a great attack on the great, oh hell, what do you call it? Sorry guys, I'm trying to remember. Ugh. I'm a little tired. My apologies, guys. The Ether Djinn is better for Vega when he's doing a one-slot bust, but I think overall, just kind of having the first row and then all of these being Origins kind of makes it so that way you don't like lose everything one shot, because unfortunately Ether Djinns have low HP, but they have a fantastic attack. So that's just kind of, how cool it is. Shockwave. There we go. So even if the enemy runs, after you and just hits you hard, maybe it's this one I was talking about. Yeah, so then she's going to do that. Oh, okay, give me a second. Where's a good one? Planewalker. So, I'm going to show you guys how Vega can go against a Rogers. Now this guy has decent equipment, but I want to show you guys how this works. Well, I'm sorry guys, I'm trying to remember which one has the, shockwave. Shockwave. Nope, that one didn't work either. Sorry guys, give me a quick second, I'm trying to find something good for you. Nope, still the initial attack is what did it. This one? Nope. Yeah, when you get that first initial shot, trying to defend yourself, that, you know, there you go. As you guys can see, the shockwave brought her down by like almost 300 soldiers. That's really effective. This one, maybe? I hate Reinhardt. I call him retardant because I absolutely detest him. So every time I win against him, I smile. Nope. Man, if Vega lands a hit, it's murderous. I'm gonna show you guys why. Get out of here. Piss. Go away. Nope. Let's see, where is it? Vega, this one, Vega. The airship attack is 86%. 86.7%. The total attack is 999.3%. Yeah, he does have critical weather, so that does save him a lot of really nasty damage that's being done to him. But as you guys can see, the health point helps the origins whenever Vega uses them. But this also increases his power by his attack by 60%. And the Lie of Gemini also gives him another chance to attack, as well as 30% extra attack. And then he also has 30% more critical weather, which gives him more of a chance to defend against that. Like I said, the reason why I put Shockwave on Vega is it has 60% chance to trigger before next action. If it hits a target, then deals 19% of the attack damage to all enemy targets. Now, unfortunately, since this is a 4th ability, you can only get to level 30. But think about it. 30% extra damage from an Ether de Jinn for a shockwave attack is absolutely murderous. Because you're going to be landing a solid hit on the enemy, which is attacking you. And then when that happens, you're going to... If you get the shockwave and you get like Breakdown or Light of Gemini or Scorpio, it's gonna wreck you. Now, one of the things I like about the quick replenish is that this one will recover 60% of health points, and so even if you get hit really bad by the enemy, if this activates, that's gonna save you some lost soldiers. It's not as good as Orochi's Menderbot, but it's still pretty darn good. The Breakdown is my favorite though, guys, because the reason why is this is a 4% chance to trigger before the action. This attack will hit and disregard target 120% defense buffs. This is pretty much penetration. Even though it's not called penetration, it acts like penetration. So it means Vega is going to break through even Roger's stuff. Because Rogers can or like other commanders, like you have to have a lot of stuff to actually negate his damage. I think there's a thing called immunity, but I don't remember. But yeah, you have all of these increasing his damage as well. Now, like it is, my equipment's not like the best of the best of the best, but it's still pretty darn good overall. And like it is, Vega has this guy. All our troops gain 1 AI mark. Each mark increases attack damage by 11.1%. After taking action, 2 marks will be consumed. Immediately receive 6 marks when the battle begins. That makes no sense to me, but all I know is that it makes it so that way my attack damage is increased by 11.1%. So you have a considerable amount of attack going for Vega. And I want to put more into Rogers, just because he proves to be a really solid wall when it comes to galactic battles. Because I want to start seeing less defeats and more victories. Heh, PPP. Yeah. I want to be able to start doing more damage. I want to be able to really just, rock the enemy's world. And that's one of the reasons why I try to go for unorthodox builds. Now, my good friend Mr. Owl told me about Absolute Defense and said that's the best bet for Rogers because, you know, even a Vega going against Rogers, if he has level 30 Absolute Defense, which is the only way to actually get this, you can't find a commander with Absolute Defense. That's going to make it so Vega is much less effective. And because, because Rogers already has even more defense, 600% defense, and then you can even increase that by, 600%, you're going to have pretty much a commander with overlaying layers of defense. So pretty much it's going to have to take like a max level commander to really, well, either a max level commander or someone who has a F ton of critical or penetration, if I remember right. Like I said, guys, I'm trying to go based off what I know. Not all of it's going to be correct, but I've been playing the game for about 6 years now, so I think I have 5 years, 5.5 years. I remember this game when like tier 7, tier 7s were the biggest ship in the game. So considering the fact that we have this many more soldiers, we've been playing this game a long time. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to show you guys kind of a fun little build. Kind of show you guys how I go about it. We got defense, 150%, 150% more defense. We have a crap ton of health points. Health points. More health points and defense. We have a little bit of dodge to make us so that Rogers might have a little more of a chance to dodge. We have critical weather, damage reduction. Like it is, we're trying to make Rogers as annoying as possible, and he has proven phenomenal work. And one of the ways I like doing that is, is Rogers, I like to usually run. Let's queue something up. So let's say this guy is a really big enemy, or that I'm trying to defend something. What I usually do is I load this, and he can usually get about 12,000 in there, and then this. So because this guy is going to get the first shot when defending, or possibly sometimes when attacking. Depends if I forget how the first attack works. It's kind of confusing, but as you guys can see, I have all this. So this guy right here, you guys can see the little dot. This guy right here can, hold the line and chew through the enemy, while these guys are damage sponges. So unless the enemy has crazy awakening airship and manages to hit all these guys and kill them all in one shot, Rogers is going to hold out very well while dealing massive amounts of damage to the enemy, because his abilities work better for the higher tier soldiers. So even though these guys, these 5 rows of tier 2 seagulls, even though they are, going to be kind of bullet sponges, they're going to be giving Rogers another chance to chew through the enemy, because if they can, because these guys are most likely not going to be able to do any damage, and you don't want to lose an insane amount of resources to having to heal your soldiers. So when you do, usually one roll right here with this first slot, you can hold the line against enemy commanders very well because of that. And usually, if you're defending, it is a fantastic way to go against the enemy because if Rogers gets that first hit with that high health point terror space, hit, that's going to deal just crazy damage to the enemy because sometimes the terror space is more than the initial attack. So that's really good. That's why I like to run um well, I've always wanted a heavy defensive commander because I've seen good, strong defensive commanders like Elf from my good friend Hawaiian, and good stuff from Owl. So I wanted to build myself a strong commander. So we have the main attack commander, the main defense commander, secondary defense commander, secondary attack commander, and last but not least, she's more of a wild card. Sister Wolf just kind of runs her stuff around, and she's kind of a what we have with her. She just needs skills trigger rate, just lots of skills trigger. So that's why we go for that. But yeah, I just I wanted to kind of show you guys some cool stuff. That's just how it all works. She kind of needs more penetration, but she's supposed to be really good against Reinhardens because Reinhardens in particular are rough against Rogers because they can just heal themselves, if I remember right. Where is it? Where's that stupid annoying commander? The big old butt face of a commander. The poopy head. There we are. Yeah, so 30% chance to trigger before next action. Until the activator's next turn, the activator will be in a blessed state and will recover 0.5 units each time it receives damage. So this is not health points, this is actual units. So if you can actually get this to level 60, you're going to be recovering 30% of your losses. And that's really good. And that's one of the reasons why he does a really good job against Rogers, which is really annoying. So usually a Vega is pretty solid if you get that first hit. Hyperspace armor is 40% chance to trigger until next action. The initiator becomes clad in hyperspace armor, reducing received damage by 0.3%. Any unit that attacks hyperspace armor will lose some forces. So that's also annoying. It's like thorns in Minecraft, which also sucks. And there's been people who put like Menderbot or Absolute Defense or crazy stuff on Reinhardt, and that just makes him even more annoying to deal with. So it just it's fun to give you guys kind of insight on how the game works and kind of the way you guys can run stuff. But if you guys want something cheap, like really freaking cheap, just get a bullet. Minor particle, 20% chance to trigger before next action. Accuracy of enemy forces will decrease by 1% until next action can stack. So pretty much, if he runs this multiple times in a battle, your accuracy is going to go down the drain unless you get an absolute hit ability from the enemy. I mean, like, Breakdown or Scorpio. The Ghost Cannon is what you gotta be worried about. 40% chance to trigger when attacking. Deal damage to the target directly. The amount of damage is equal to the 0.5% of activator's health points. That's one of the reasons why this is more awkward for Rogers, because Bullet can still do a lot of damage against Rogers because this attack is based off of the health point. Oh wait, no, sorry guys. I thought it said attacker's health points. My apologies. So that's why having, a I don't know. This is actually almost like Terra Space. But I don't think it always hits though, because it doesn't say attack will hit. But yeah, this is based on attack on activator's health points. So yeah, I mean, you could pretty much run this as it's kind of similar to Terra Space, but this one, you actually have to hit. But yeah, this guy in particular runs off of accuracy, if I remember right. So if you get critical and accuracy on him, he's going to be able to do a lot of damage. And as you guys can see over here, Primarily an attack commander. Pretty darn cool looking if you ask me. So, if you want something that's cheap and can still, mess up the enemy, it's, not exactly always effective, but if the enemy, like me, runs a, Rogers build, you can still get rid of some high tier soldiers with tier 1. Tier 1 is pretty darn good. If you know how to use it right. But yeah, I just figured I'd show you guys kind of a fun little thing, kind of some more insight on how the game works. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to be developing my soldiers some more. I'm going to be upgrading their equipment some more. So hopefully we can really get some awesome stuff up and running shortly. And, I have, I have 31,061 magazines. That's the most magazines I've ever had. So that, if we ever have a magazine event where you have to use a certain amount of magazines to, increase leadership, I'm going to be set, and I'm going to be throwing those into Rogers. Because as you guys could see in the previous replays, he holds his own. So if we make him even bigger, we can piss off more people. And, like it is, I think my last, event... Oop. I think... Peak contest. Let's see. Oh, yay. Is that right? Dang it. Yay, yay, yay. Yay. Nope, not that. I'm trying to find it, guys. No. Sorry guys, I can't find it. If I remember right, I was like 100th, no, I think I got to 80th, no. I think it was like 81st place. I think that is what it was for senior division, and that's really hard to do. But I've been working hard on making my commander stronger. And because of that, we're going to be able to really just march up the ranks. I'm quite a mid-level player, but, like it is, it doesn't matter how big you are, it matters how you play. And if you put your commanders and all your stuff right, you can actually run a solid run a solid force and not have to be 700 million power. I'm only 230 million power, so I'm quite substantially smaller than the enemy. I only lost 2 seagulls. Boom. Oh no. There we go, see? These guys are bullet sponges, and then my Rogers can chew through the enemy layer by layer. And yeah, it's really nice. How you say it? When I'm defending a capital or defending a base in global campaign, when I have this running, the enemy keeps hitting this front row, and because we have AI1, that also gives them a strong forward shield on the front row. So we can just take multiple rounds with the enemy, even though they're trying to chew down my forces with their lower tier. I'm only, having the risk of, I'm only having the risk of one, like, high tier slot getting hit, while all the other ones are really easy and cheap to fix. And there was like one time I went on like a 15 kill win streak defending the capital from enemies, and even attacking a capital. and the enemy couldn't march through it, no matter what they tried to do. And because Rogers was soaking up all the damage and then using the tier 12 to bite through the enemy. Now I've tried moving the tier 12 to different sections of of the uh, of the area, but it just didn't work. It just sadly just did not work. So we just had to just fix it, keep it all on level 1. But you know, it's very rarely, not very often, that Rogers gets cleared out all in one shot. But you know, that's good. And this is what I'm trying to go for. I'm trying to make a secondary wall because there's much bigger and stronger players than me in my guild. And if I can buy the guild some time for people to reset and get their soldiers back in there to fight the enemy, that's all I really need to do. And then my Vega, because he's running, that one slot buster, build, he can go in there and go toe-to-toe with the really big enemies and actually do a decent amount of damage. Remember, all my equipment's usually level 40 right now, and we're running against people with like level 50 or even 60 equipment. And so, considering that I'm still able to go, fight them a bit, with, a mid-level Vega, that's pretty darn good. So, I'm I'm more like a generalist. I'm not a specialist or even a doc, or something like that. I'm more just like I'm good at this. I'm good at this. You know, if I remember right, there was a saying that's called the master of none. No, the master of one is the master of none. The master of many or something like that. Let me check. The master of one is the master of none. Is that right? A jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. It was a compliment, for far from letting it deter their path. Some entrepreneurs swear that being a jack of all trades brings benefits. That's kind of what I'm trying to go for, guys. That is why I have 2 defensive commanders, 1 big, 1 small, and 2 attack commanders, 1 big and 1 small, and then 1 kind of just use her to clear out small marches of enemies. And that's Sister Wolf, and that's kind of what makes her so awesome. So, that is why I am very successful despite being kind of mid-level in the game, because I don't put all my stuff into attack. I just I try to keep, layers of different things for my stuff. And, Vega, for me, the way I use him, oh, you piece of crap game. Oy. But anyway, Vega, I use for an attack commander, a slot bust commander, while, because he has a natural penetration, so that way I can focus all of his stuff on attack. Stupid game. And then Dragon Slayer, which is my secondary attack commander, she needs penetration, so she can't do as much damage, but she makes up for that with Awakening Airship and Destructive Power. And with a little bit of damage reduction, so she can actually take a hit or 2. And then, like I said for Rogers, fantastic health point build, just phenomenal health point build. And then, of course, we have this guy, just simple, simple commander. Oh, whoops. But yeah, I wanted to give him another way to heal up, so I put Quick Replenish on him as well as Menderbot. So you're gonna have 2 things that will help him heal. Health points will be recovered, and 30% of lost units will be retrieved at the end of the round. So you're gonna have kind of reciprocating layers of defense. And the corrosive armor is pretty darn nice because this will actually mess up the enemies. So like this guy is going to be running on a similar build to Rogers because we want this guy to recover health points. And because we have Quick Replenish and Menderbot on him, this will actually make Orochi very annoying to deal with, even if he is small tier. But I'm definitely thinking about actually increasing his size a little bit to maybe 50k, so that way we can have two, you know, yes, he's kind of too small to really be useful. So if we can get him up to 50k, that'll actually allow him to do, actually fairly well on a medium to small level. And like it is, we actually got some medals from the game. And let me see where it is. Quick replenish, quick replenish. Breakdown is pretty freaking nice, so. So yeah, so we can just do this. Boop. Oh, whoops, we can't do that because he's gathering resources. Whoops. But yeah, so I just kind of wanted to show you guys kind of that cool stuff there because, like I said, quick replenish, and you're gonna have two, different healing things, one for troops and one for health points. You're gonna be set. So I'm actually quite happy with this setup. And yeah, so I want this guy to be kind of effective and kind of hold off the enemy a little bit more. So if imagine running two massive defense commanders just to piss off the enemy. I think that would actually be really funny. But yeah, that's why I'm trying to have kind of two separate factors. Even though they're both for the same purpose, they have different characteristics and attributes, which will make it so that the enemy can't cover all bases easily. So yeah, like it is, guys. I just figured I'd show you guys a fun video and kind of the cool stuff that I'm trying to work on. But anyway, this video is starting to get long, and I have to put down this video now. But yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure having you guys. There we are. It's been a great pleasure having you guys watching my video, and I look forward to uploading this so that way you guys can enjoy it. Now, you guys stay awesome out there, and I will come to you with the next video. This has been Sabin Dimitrov, aka Dins for the Astrowolf, and I hope you guys have yourselves a wicked awesome day and stay awesome. God bless.